Good afternoon, everybody. This is Matt with Project 40. Project 40 is a 40-day experience, but it creates a lifetime impact. And I was sharing with you a little bit about my last trip, early September. 8 guys, 4 leaders. It was awesome, powerful. And we got beat down by the rhododendron bushes. We had to come out of the trail early. Ugh! But here's the cool part. We ended up on a campsite. Picture this. Big flat open area, right? Cliffs out, at least 100 feet. Down into the valley, you have Swift Camp Creek flowing through the valley. On the other side, you have this huge rock wall, and there's an arch on top of that rock wall, which is really cool. Facing east, sunrise in the morning. It was incredible. And the weather was so good that at night we laid out, and there were a few of us that stayed up really late and let it get really, really dark, and you could see all the stars. I mean, when you're in the city, you see some of the stars, but when you're out away from all the city light pollution, you see them all. And I busted out the Star Talk. This is by Ron Wyatt. It's in one of my old guidebooks from way, way, way back. And the gist is this. God is so powerful and so incredibly huge. His creation is huge. The stars are more than we can count. I mean, I'm talking trillions of galaxies with billions of stars in each one. Like, the numbers, we can't even fathom the numbers. And that's what this does, is it goes through and tries to give you a mental image of just how many stars there are in the universe. And this is the dichotomy that it paints here. God created all those stars with mere words. He could just speak them into existence. He like used his fingers. It's like finger work to God. You know, it's like someone knitting. You kind of do it without even thinking about it. It's easy. It's easy for God. And the universe is so big, and yet he really flexed his muscles. Like, God used strength, and it took everything he had to bring us salvation. He gave of his only son. And I want to read just the kind of the conclusion of this saying, because I think it's really, really cool. It says, "Do you see the beautiful contrast? Creating the universe was finger work for God, like twiddling his fingers. But when it came to our importance to him, God flexed his muscles. He gave of himself. He gave of his strength. It cost him something to bring us into relationship with him. I want you to understand that you, individually, are more significant to God than the entire universe of 10 trillion galaxies, each containing a billion stars. You are more important. It's hard for us to understand and feel. God has to make it real to us." It's so incredible that God gave of himself for us. So I hope that has an impact in your heart, not just your mind, but in your heart, and that you can respond to God, someone who gave of himself, who creates the whole universe by speaking it out, but used power and energy and strength to bring us into salvation. And if you haven't asked God to come into your life, do that. You know, you don't need someone special to do that for you. Just tell him, say, "God, I want you to be the center of my life." And he's going to start showing you what that looks like. So I hope this message, I feel like a pastor now. I feel like this message brings you hope to press on. Have a great weekend. This is Matt with Project 40. Out.